we go.
We're going.
We're doing it.
Echo.
Now you have the same response when you like open an app as if you're like looking at yourself. Oh, it's just Spotify.
Well, it was that.
Take it into your leg swings. 10 front to back.
It's like, I swear sometimes I'm like, oh, it's pointless.
Yeah, so this morning somebody with a bike, and I don't know what he had on the back, but it looked like 4 yoga mats and then like something like a cooler. And he rode across the skate park, and instead of like going around us, he like went underneath the awning, and then like, it was so weird. Take it into knee hugs and quad stretches. No. It was definitely not a trainer. Seemed friendly. Just odd. Just a weird choice of behavior. Well, I mean, maybe it was like a picnic blanket. I don't know. It was just rolled up. Just got weird. Got weird this morning. It's just my favorite too when it like happens and then like people do look at you to like do something. And I'm like, no. I'm just gonna keep my distance. Be nice and wide apart, taking into some hip circles. I would, of course, if there was like, well.
It is a common space. We don't have a permit to do that. All this structure.
Yeah.
Like, we have no more right to do that than they do.
It's just interesting. There was like, on Friday too, there was like a cyclist. Instead of going like, so there was a couple people already underneath the awning, and instead of going around, he went through, but Sarah put her kettlebell down, and I swear he missed it by like, it made me sweat. Take it into a figure 4 stretch. Good morning, Jeannie. Good morning, Kim. Jeannie? Yeah, that would have been.
Oh, right. Burpees and jumping jacks to start. Becca! This is not nice. It was your fault.
3 on each side. Once you are done with your 3. Is that your coffee or what? Why is that? Okay, yeah. Yeah. 3 on each side. Once you're done with those 3, we're gonna take it into inchworm shoulder taps. So keep those feet a little bit wider apart. Crawl those hands all the way out into a shoulder tap, and then walk those hands back up to your feet. Make sure we're stabilizing those hips. Coffee belly. We're gonna do 4 inchworm shoulder taps. After that 4th one, we're gonna stay in that high plank position and take it into mountain climbers the hard way. We're gonna start off by doing 3, just stepping into it, and then 3 jumping into it. When we're stepping into it, we wanna make sure our foot lands flat on the ground, locking those hips into place, and we wanna do the exact same thing when we jump into it. So try to keep those hips stabilized and not pushing them up while you jump side to side. There you go. Once you're done here, take it onto your hands and knees, and we're gonna go into donkey kicks. So we want our shoulder, elbow, wrists all to be in one line. And then from here, think about there being a tennis ball between your hamstring and your calf, and then you wanna drive that foot up towards the ceiling. Let's do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. And as that knee is coming up, make sure you're not arching that lower back. So you wanna pull that belly button towards your spine, and make sure that the raising of your knee is happening from your glutes, not by arching your back. 5 and 5. Once you're done here, you're just gonna float your knees off the ground. So you're in that floating tabletop position. And then from here, let's take it into some shoulder taps again. Making sure we're stabilizing those hips. We're trying to balance that imaginary cup of water on our backs. So 5 touches on each side. And then we're just going to inchworm our hands back up to our toes and stand it on up. Giving me some back slappers. Throwing that chest forward, loosening up those arms. Come over the top, point those elbows to the ceiling. We're gonna imagine we're holding onto a kettlebell underneath our chin, take it into step back lunges. Dropping that back knee down, front knee gets to 90 degrees. Let's do 5 on each side. Then we're gonna take it into 5 body weight squats. Five body weight squats, then we're gonna take it into 20 jumping jacks. We're gonna finish off our warm up with 3 burpees. Let's go in slow motion on our burpees. So we're gonna put our hands on the ground, jump out into a high plank position, then giving me a push up into a ninja, and clapping overhead. So locking in that proper form right off the bat. Once you're done with your 3, grab a quick sip of water. And we'll go over today's workout. We have a 30-minute blast planned for you. 2 portions to this. So portion number 1, you're gonna be working your way through a burpee ladder. The way this one is set up is you will be doing 10 burpees, followed by 30 jumping jacks or 60 singles. Those jumping jacks and singles are meant as a shake-up, so great opportunity to find your breath and to try to recover a little bit. Once you're done there, you got 9 burpees, then 30 jumping jacks, 60 singles, then 8, 30 or 60, then 7, all the way down to 1 burpee. Rest as much as you need to after that, but the goal here is to go as quickly as you can, right? So we want to push the pace here in the beginning, and then we're going to finish off on an AMRAP where you're going at your own tempo, right? So as many rounds as you can, 6 reps per exercise. If it's a single sided exercise, it would be per side. So starting off with those tabletop shoulder taps, just like we did in warm-up. So you do 6 taps per side. Then going into head cutters. For this one, you need a kettlebell. You're either gonna deadlift goblet clean, or you're going to squat goblet clean it up into that goblet position into a thruster. So goblet clean it up, into a squat, into that overhead press. 6 to get through, then we have 6 mountain climbers the hard way per side, then we have 6 goblet step back lunges per side, and 6 donkey kicks per side. Once you're done there, you're back up to the top, and I'm wrapping those movements until our 30 minutes are up. This is a fun one, guys. I'm excited. All right, if there's no questions, all you need is either nothing or a jump rope, depending on what variation you want to do. Start off with those 10 burpees, followed by 30 jumping jacks or 60 singles. Here we go. Ready, set, go! Now remember, this will get easier and easier as these numbers go down for your burpees. So it's starting off difficult with 10 burpees, and then use that 30 jumping jacks or 60 singles as a shake-up, as a way to catch your breath. Go into those 9 burpees. Burpees into those 30 30 jumping jacks or 60 singles. Again, find a pace that you can maintain here. Chipping away at those burpee rounds. On those jumping jacks, make sure those hands are touching overhead. Keep that chest nice and tall. Stay light on those feet. Go, guys. For those burpees, make sure as you're jumping back up that your feet are nice and wide apart. Clapping overhead, we're standing all the way up here. Chest hits the ground, pop right back up, big clap up top. You want to push the pace on these burpees and then slow it down just a little bit on your jumping jacks, on your jump rope. Finding your breath, getting ready for that next round of burpees. Here we go. Go. Almost there. pace, keep it up. As you chip away at these burpees, it should get easier and easier. I know you're fighting through fatigue, but the amount of burpees gets shorter and shorter, and our shake-up stays the same. So keep that in mind as we go through this. We're stabilizing those hips. And that front foot should land flat on the ground to the outside of your hand. Whether you step into it or jump into it, either way, your hips should be stabilized. So if you know you struggle with hip mobility, take your time on this one. And into those goblets, step back lunges. Balancing through that front foot, we want to drive through our entire foot. So not just on the heel, not just on the ball, evenly distribute that weight throughout your entire foot. Again, 6 each side, keeping that kettlebell right underneath your chin. And we have our donkey kicks. Now remember that imaginary tennis ball between your calf and hamstring, and slow it down a little bit. Go your full range of motion, right? So bring that knee all the way back and then all the way back up. There you go. Pull that belly button towards your spine. Make sure you're not arching that lower back. Stay strong throughout your hips. And then we're back to our tabletop shoulder taps. Stabilizing that imaginary cup of water on your back. Think about tucking that chin in. We want our neck to be an extension of our spine, so don't let your head hang down. And back to those head cutters. Either deadlift or squat goblet clean into that thruster. To those mountain climbers the hard way, check in with your shoulders. Shoulder, elbow, wrist should all stay in one line. Again, foot ends up flat on the ground on the outside of your hand. Goblet step back lunges, front knee gets to 90 degrees, back knee taps or barely hovers over the ground. Again, if we're struggling with mobility here, you also can do this without the weight. That's not a problem. On those donkey kicks, go that full range of motion. So always bringing that knee all the way back so it's next to the other knee. And then drive that heel as high up as it can go. Past that halfway point, we got 14 minutes left. Go, guys. So 2 variations for those mountain climbers the hard way. You can either step into it or jump into it, depending on your mobility level. Just whatever you do, make sure you're locking those hips into place, and those shoulders should always stay over your wrists. Go, guys. Checking in with those shoulders, check in with those hips on those donkey kicks. Pull that belly button towards your spine. Hold on to that imaginary tennis ball behind your knee. Let your glutes and hamstrings do the work. Go, guys. We're right at that 10-minute mark. We got 10 minutes left. Shake it out when you need to. Go, guys. Into those mountain climbers the hard way. Lock those hips into place. Foot lands right on the outside of your hands. Once you're done here, you have your goblet step back lunges. Drop that back knee down, front knee gets to 90 degrees, chest stays nice and tall. As you stand up, extend that hip all the way, squeeze those glutes as hard as you can. less than 8 minutes to go here. Once you're done with those goblet step back lunges, you have your donkey kicks. Drive that knee all the way up and bring it all the way back. You can do 6 on one side, then 6 on the other, or you can alternate, whatever your preference is. Into those tabletop shoulder taps. Into those head cutters. We got 6 minutes left here. So goblet clean to that full thruster. Hips go below parallel, chest stays nice and tall. Utilize the power from those legs to lock those arms out overhead. Into those mountain climbers the hard way. Five minutes to go. Make sure you're stabilizing through that front foot and that your knee is staying on track. You want your kneecap to point in the same direction as your toes. Your toes should be pointed straight ahead of you on these goblet step back lunges. Almost there, guys. You have 4 more minutes to go. Final push here. Lock those hips into place, pull that belly button towards your spine. Back to those shoulder taps. We got 3 minutes left here. Six taps per side. Make sure as that hand comes back down, it's right underneath your chest. Into those head cutters. Final 2 minutes here. Should be able to get through this one more time. We got 90 seconds left. Final 60 seconds. Last little bit here, we got 15 seconds left. All right, guys, go ahead, even out sides if you need to even out sides. That is time. Awesome job. Shake it out. Take about 1 to 2 minutes here to move around a little bit. Take some deep breaths. Grab a sip of water before our cool down. You got blocked. I need a vacuum here. 2 viewers, guys.
Jessica and Michelle?
No, Kim and Jeannie. Are they on vacation maybe?
just bring it close to you and narrate your.
It's gonna be fun. So do you not want your mat for that? I'm gonna lie down.
Time to stretch. Both of y'all. Very intimate virtual experience today. Kim's here.
Your left leg out long.
Hey, Kim.
Start by taking your left elbow to the left knee, and then just reach up overhead.
Left elbow to left knee, reach overhead. Just kidding.
Try to keep your chest open. You're rotating up towards the ceiling. You're going to target the right side of your low back. And the next time you exhale, just take it over to the hamstring part of it. So you're going to face your chest towards your left foot.
Look at your feet.
No, that's me. So I took my shoes off.
And then we'll switch. Right leg extends long. Right elbow and right knee. And open up your chest. Left arm up towards the ceiling.
I got you on my mind. I hate how
And then rotate face towards the
deep
right.
this is.
I know.
Why? Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, is this?
It's an innie.
It is like a deep innie.
Well, it's like you don't know if it's like connected or not.
Well, it starts blinking if it is, but you can't feel it.
Yeah.
Especially when you have your vision impaired. Beck has to ride her bike home. Sucka! Just kidding. Actually, that's fine.
The Mondays is when I need to do it the most because it just kicks my butt into gear.
Yeah.
Beginning of the week. Mondays are just hard for me, I guess, because I usually work that long day Saturday and Sunday. I'm just tired, so I don't get much movement. But after just not moving at all. After Monday, all right, take your feet together, knees out wide. And that hill has gotten a lot easier. You asked me last week, I was thinking about it on the way home, and I can push through pretty fast now.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's fun to see that quick
Endurance.
improvement. What was the fastest burpee time this morning? Or did you even know?
Kathy with, I
Ah,
think she did it in like
Kathy.
8 minutes or something.
Kathy, of course, she's the burpee queen.
Alright, and then cross your right leg on top of your left leg. That nice juicy outer hip stretch.
Well, that definitely got worse.
Huh?
So that definitely got worse.
Well,
We do this weekend.
yeah. Whew, God, it's so intense. Oh, it did get worse. I like your little wave under your
I don't know.
burpee blast.
Alright, slowly bring it out of that. Switch legs, left leg on top.
You write curly and I write straight.
Your left hand, right? Doesn't
Yeah.
mess it
You what?
Both of my siblings are relatively.
I don't think it comes with any advantages.
Is there any correlation to right left brain thinking that you tend to be more natural to? Wonder if that.
Since, I mean, I'm ambidextrous, so not in writing, but in most things, so I think that I have both. My full
She has
brain.
both sides of her brain is functioning.
I do too. I
It's
didn't realize
questionable.
that when I was a kid, it's just always like everything like that in school playing softball and playing
You threw with your left arm?
bat left-handed.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, and so I finally went
Cool.
to I know it's pretty small, but the coach was like, switch sides, you're right-handed. I was like, no, this is how I do it. He's like, you're right-handed. I was like, this is how I do it. So I tried to do it right, and he was like, all right, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And so everything
Interesting.
I do outside of writing is left dominant.
But you don't throw with your left.
No, I don't throw it left. Although, when I played darts, I realized last year that when I would ease on out, take one over across the chest, I am better on my left hand. Like it feels awkward, but I'm way more accurate. And I was like, how
So have you ever thought you are left-handed? You just happen to write with your right hand?
left-handed? It just doesn't. I mean, it's definitely hard. It does not look very good.
But is that really the thing that dictates it, is writing? When you do everything else, you know?
Like maybe I was taught to write right-handed as a kid.
Well, I just wonder if...
That was natural.
Makes sense. That's like a very old
Oh,
school
right.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I was raised.
But if your siblings are left-handed,
Yeah. I assume at an age you just start naturally picking it.
some parents like try to force left-handed because it's worth a lot in sports if you can throw left-handed. So they'll like.
Maybe I could throw. I'm not very good at throwing periods, so maybe I should start.
What about
throwing
kicking?
left-handed. I feel a little more dominant on the right side. Like kickball when I go.
You're all over the place. That's funny.
I mean, I think that those could go either way. I think.
Yeah.
If I don't do it enough, and I would just do it the way I was told from your age. But darts surprised me. Like last year, I started really playing, and I was like, I just wasn't doing very well. And I was like, I'll try with my left hand, and it was like bullseye, right outside.
What about pool? One hand's forward.
I've done it both ways. I'm really good at pool. I've done it right-handed just because I feel like that's how I'm supposed to do, but I'm not very good at that. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm just not very good at things.
Well, it's crazy to think that you bat left-handed. To me, that
That's
seems
the
like
top
the
hand,
most...
right?
That is the... Well, and it's which way you're facing.
Yeah.
So your right side is forward.
Yeah, so your right side's forward and your
So
left hand
awkward,
is on
yeah.
top. Yeah.
It's so awkward.
I can't even imagine it that way.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Weird.
I bet there's something to that, Becca. Well, you need to, that's...
I haven't thought about that in a so I'm gonna look it up. Let's see one more while we're down here. Quad stretch.
I mean, you could definitely use that to your advantage at least once in multiple ways, you know, because like people don't know, you could...
Yeah, I've only done more of that kind of sports.
If you were to throw a punch, what hand would you use?
Right, I feel stronger, just more control. Tennis, I feel more natural on weight, but again, I was taught from the time I was in elementary school at tennis camps, so I'm sure they teach you whatever side you plan to be.
Think if
I wonder
like
if
an
there's
extra
not
chance.
actually even anyone on here anymore.
Well, I mean, maybe they'll come on later.
Yeah.
It would surprise me if there wasn't any tendency, if you had a tendency to do things with your left that no coach would like push that on you at a young age. I would be amazed, or they're just crappy coaches.
Well, I mean, elementary school, when you're doing stuff, I was in a little private school, I'm sure that there's teachers throwing the softball to you, you know?
Yeah.
And I do remember them just trying to get me to do it the other way. And I finally turned around and showed them, and I was like, okay, well, just do the other, do it left-handed.
Yeah.
Let me just be me. It was a science lesson.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like it's like really valuable. It's
Yeah.
really valuable in sport. I wouldn't know why.
I mean, I never made it that level with anything. I played high school sports with tennis, and but like the throwing or
Whoops.
batting or anything yet. And
Yeah.
horseback riding, because I competed in gymnastics, but that didn't really matter each side. All right, take it into down dog. Slowly walk it into your forward fold.
I wonder if there was an issue if people got kicked off and then they couldn't get back on.
Maybe.
But wait, there was never more people on?
No, and it was like right in the middle. It was Bruce
Oh.
Springsteen.
I'd love to know someone's opinion if they have any suggestions for my weird left-right side combo. If I use that at my age. All right, take it into back slappers. Hey.
Hi. I'm stuck down here.
And a few slow neck circles.
All right, happy Monday, y'all. Burpee blast. Hey, hope that was a good start to a great week. Put your hands together.